Okay, this was one of my favorite remixes, and there's a story that kind of goes behind this. When I first started producing, I did not start producing with the idea of actually making a living at it or anything like that. I did it purely for the fun of it, and this is one of those remixes that's kind of a testament to that. The first one was the Jin Speak Chinese, which was the video number one. That was an idea I had before I ever even contemplated making beats. I just thought I was watching the anime and I thought, man, I wish somebody would sample that. Well, it was the same thing with this track. This was just something, an idea I had like a long time ago, where I remember this pinball song from when I was a kid, and from Sesame Street. I remember seeing that, and I was like, man, it would be dope if someone made a beat out of that. And of course, this was like years before I even ever entertained the idea of producing or anything like that. And so, once I started producing, I said, hell, I'll go try and do what I was always talking about, which was flipping a beat out of that sample. So here is the sample. As you can see, I slowed it down there. I think I took different pieces. 7. And I slowed it down. And here's another part. So I took three different parts of the Pinwheel song and basically made a beat out of it. And then, of course, I sampled a whole bunch of other stuff. Here's the intro. Oh, I should have just played this. This is the intro to the song.
12.
Okay, of course, who doesn't remember that unless you're like only 16 years old or something? That's something I grew up with. So here's the drums. I think I programmed this all in a step sequencer. No, I played it. So here's In Peace to President, uh, which is a really famous drum loop sample, but I chopped it up, so I pulled all my kicks and snares from it. So then I added some claps and some shakers and stuff. So anyway, this beat was one of my favorite remixes because it was just something I envisioned doing for like a long time. One of those things where I wanted someone else to do it, but wasn't like I could call Primo and say, hey, sample this, or whoever else, and say make a beat out of it. And so this is what motivates me to make beats, is this kind of stuff. I really don't sit down making beats with the idea of trying to be a huge producer or anything like that. I just do the stuff that I like to do, and then I just put it out there for other people. And this is one of those tracks. So this is what it ended up coming out to be. And then, of course, once the chorus comes up, that's when I just changed it up a little. And I really enjoyed chopping this one up, so I had a bunch of different variations. So here was B. Same sounds, I think. I just changed the arrangement up. That's all I did, really. Yep, that's all I did. And so, and then the last version, I tried to use just a different sound set, period. So even though it says pin here, I was using the Detroit Emerald's drum loop. So this is what, slowed down just to kind of make the drums look a little dirtier and stretched out. And then the Detroit Emerald stuff again. Slowed down, but not as much, layered on top of one another. So this is what those sound like. So I didn't just take the loop straight up. I just took certain pieces out of it, chopped it up, and then replayed it back. So I just took the 1-2. And then my sample came from, I believe this is Shuggy Otis, even though it doesn't say Shuggy Otis because I pulled it from something else. I think this is Shuggy Otis. I can't remember. I'm pretty positive that's Shuggy Otis, but I'm not sure. So this is what that ended up being. together. So I use that for the Most Def remix. So download it. There's 3 different versions, little chorus, numbers, chorus, action. So this is one of my favorite beats because it's just again what motivates me to make beats and stuff is just to do stuff that I wish someone else would have did, but instead of waiting around for somebody to do it, I just did it myself. So put it out there for other people to enjoy it. Throw me some feedback or some props or some criticism, whatever you feel moved to hit me back with. Ominousred@gmail.com.